So we're gassing up today for a different type of ride. Today, we're heading to a charity ride. So we're going to be a little different this time. Start out with some dad advice early. Happiness is not fulfillment. What that means is, just because something makes you happy or you do something and you feel happy, that doesn't always mean that you feel fulfilled on the inside. We do a lot of things in our lives that bring us happiness, you know? Sometimes it's just putting the shopping cart back in the corral, holding the door open for somebody, helping somebody old cross the street. You know, the old stereotypes. We do things in our lives that make us happy. And then you might do things in your life that make you happy too. You wake up, you make your coffee, you walk the dog, you say hi to the same old guy on the corner every day when you're on your way to work. These things, they make you happy, but they don't give you fulfillment. Fulfillment comes from doing something selfless that you don't expect something back from, but you know you truly helped someone else. So today, I'm on my way to volunteer my time for a charity. But first, I'm hungry. So, I'm going to hit up one of my favorite barbecue places here in North Texas. Take you along with me for it. So I've been going to this barbecue joint, well, since I was a kid. I absolutely love it. I look forward to it. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm sure everybody says this everywhere, but you can't survive in Texas if you make horrible barbecue. You just can't. We got too many places that make great barbecue that aren't overpriced. Sure, we got the overpriced places and they don't usually last. But I mean, just good barbecue, you can go almost anywhere in Texas. If it's a barbecue joint open, it's in business because they're good and they manage to be good enough to compete against all the other ones that are also good. And this place is called Risky's. I'm not sure what I'm going to get today because I don't want to get overly full. It's still 107 degrees out right now. So I'm trying to not make myself feel too sick or anything. I still got a little bit of a ride to go. But I am definitely excited to eat some barbecue. And the funny thing is, I'm on keto, carnivore keto. I mainly eat protein, meat. I do throw in refeeds of carbs, but for the most part, I just eat protein and meat. But I don't eat a lot of barbecue. I mainly eat steaks, pretty clean. I'll eat some ground beef. Not really, I don't use flavorings or sauces or anything. And I eat pretty plainly, and I enjoy it. So, The reason I stay away from the barbecues is because I'm a sucker for barbecue sauce. And barbecue sauces aren't exactly keto. They got a lot of sugars. You know, they got vinegar-based ones too. But most of the time, there's something in those sauces that's probably not too good for you. Seed oils and stuff like that. So I just stay away from them. And I'm just like, well, if I'm going to have barbecue, I'll have barbecue with maybe some sides, or, you know, barbecue in a sandwich with some bread. And look at it as a carb refeed instead of looking at it as just a keto day with like a little bit of a cheat keto. Which also means I can have me some sweet tea. Lord, I am a sucker for sweet tea. And I will 100% judge a place based on their sweet tea. Honestly, there have absolutely been times when I picked a restaurant to go to, not because of what I was craving food-wise, but because I thought of the sweet tea. I'm hungry, yeah, but I'm thinking, oh, you know what? I know I'm going to drink 2-3 glasses of sweet tea. That place, they're actually better than this other place. Yeah, I really want that pizza, that burger, etc. But the sweet tea over here is better. We're going there. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you don't judge a place on their sweet tea. Or maybe you're not from the South, where you don't even know what sweet tea is. I went to Chicago and ordered a sweet tea at a Chicago pizza joint. This is years ago, but man, I never forget that experience. Ask for a sweet tea, and they go, oh, we don't have sweet tea, but you can sweeten your own. We have Splenda or Equal. And I just immediately missed Texas. Your mileage may vary. Yeah, I'm excited. Good food, good cause, good times, good ride. Well, it's a hot ride, but it's a dry heat, so I don't feel too hot yet. I mean, honestly, I was hotter at the gas station filling up than I am right now on the ride, so it's not the worst thing. Ooh, Texas Roadhouse. You know what I miss about Texas Roadhouse? I have gone there a couple times while doing keto. I get a steak, sometimes ribs. I absolutely miss their sweet tea at the moment. Damn, they got good sweet tea, speaking of. But their bread, Lord, their bread, it's delicious. And I know Texas Roadhouse isn't a Texas thing. I don't think it matters. It's good. You eat Mexican food in Texas, and it's probably not even Mexican food. It's probably Tex-Mex. And let's just be real here. Tex-Mex is way better than Mexican food. It just is. I'm not saying Texas does everything better, but we kind of do everything better here in Texas. Our sample sizes are also bigger portions, which is also a better thing, because you never want a small portion. I don't know if you guys seen that meme. Some poor guy in West Virginia or something talking about his plate of barbecue is so good that he dreams of it or something. And then it's a picture of it, and it just looks like a sad Luby's line. Small sample size, small portion. And it's just so sad. I'm gonna start like a hashtag, pray for West Virginia. Man, I kind of want coffee too. I'm hoping after I eat and have some sweet tea, I'll feel a little bit more awake. It might just be the heat, honestly. The heat's kind of making me feel like I'm dragging. It's just hot. I think in the next couple days, it's supposed to finally dip under 100 degrees for the highs. So I'll definitely be trying to get more footage of riding. And update on the AC in the studio at the moment. The guy that's supposed to come out for a quote, he had a problem with the day. There was an emergency he had to take care of with another AC problem somewhere. And he's coming out the end of next week. So I got a whole nother 10 days or so waiting for him to come. make an assessment on my air conditioner to tell me what's wrong so I can start getting a look at that. And then we'll see from there. I got some guys that wanted to come out and hang out and bring their guitars and do some stuff at the studio and just see what happens, write some songs and stuff. And I straight told them, I was like, man, my AC is out. If it dips into some cooler weather pretty quickly and it's not that bad at night, then maybe we can pull off doing something at night. But I'm like, other than that, man, I ain't gonna make somebody come out and sit in that heat with me. It's unbearable. I have to take breaks. I'm going in with the purpose and doing stuff. I'm not just sitting there and going, I'm gonna edit a little bit and record a little bit, play around on guitar. Especially once you start turning tube amps on, man, those tube amps get so freaking hot. You don't really realize it. Most of the time I have a couple fans on, plus the AC, so I'm not really worried about it. A lot of times I'll have an amp on standby and I'm like doing other things, but that amp's still heating up. Those tubes are getting hot and staying hot, and man, you don't realize how hot it still gets with just that alone, just the amp on standby. Never thought I'd say this, but I'm starting to get jealous of these Kemper and Axe Effects dudes. They don't run real amps, they just have a solid state amp modeler in there. Even the Helix and what is that, Quad Cortex, like, it's a floor modeler pedal thing that you can pretty much copy the sound of your amp, your guitar amp, into it, and it'll just mimic your own personal guitar amp's tones. And then you can also have, I believe you can have like pedal effects and stuff in there. I don't know if you can mimic the effect pedals. That'd be cool if you could. But a lot of people have been switching to those for touring because it's just like, you got a Quad Cortex pedal board unit in a pedal board case and a guitar. You don't even need a cabinet. You don't need a power amp. I mean, you could use a cabinet and a power amp if you wanted to have stage volume. But if you're running into the PA front of mains, the mains front of house, and then also running into the back, you don't really need it because they can just pump your sound at you. My only kind of thing is, I don't really believe you can get a good quality sound of a feedback, like a natural tube amp feedback. But if that's not really your thing, I mean, it doesn't even matter then, right? Oh man, I am excited for this one. Alright, let's get some barbecue. Sometimes you gotta tip it over to get that last little bit.